I'm in the mood for a cocktail, but from where? Someplace different. Where are we going? So where are you going?
We are going to Mount Lebanon.
It's a long way to go for a drink.
I drive to Washington, PA every weekend.
Which is in the opposite direction, I might point out.
Look, I have it on good authority that this is a very nice place.
Because it's in Mount Lebanon.
Yeah. Huh?
We are addressing a higher zip code today, classing it up a bit. You know, just passing by any bar doesn't make you a lawyer. Bad joke.
Very bad. Look, this place isn't even like that, alright? It's a nice, grounded neighborhood pub.
The kind of place where everyone knows your name.
Maybe.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you got.
No, stop that. No.
Grouch. Tucked along Bower Hill Road in Mount Lebanon, PA, there's a little neighborhood gem that's been pouring drinks and stories for decades, but only recently got a new name and a bit of a fresher vibe. Welcome to Arthur's Korner Pub. Now, fair warning, parking can be a bit of a scavenger hunt depending on the hour. But don't sweat it, you'll never be more than a few blocks away. Alright, that's my charger out front. I got lucky that day. Inside, it's all rustic charm with just the right amount of grit. The kind of place where bar stools feel like old friends, and the atmosphere wraps around you like your favorite hoodie. Grab a stool and sip something strong. If you're feeling a little competitive, rack 'em up. Pool's free. Now, just be cool and wait your turn. The heart of Arthur's is its crew. Alex DeConcilis is the de facto frontman of this group of bar owners. He led the charge to reopen his favorite corner pub after it closed in 2022. Taylor Bloxham is responsible for marketing for Arthur's and wields a rather sharp sense of humor. Becky runs the social media and is the lead bartender. She is the gatekeeper, but with a heart of gold. Chad Ellingbo is also part of the ownership team behind Arthur's Corner Pub, working with Galley Group to transform the landmark into a refreshed neighborhood bar with its familiar soul intact. When you see them interact with each other, it's clear they've become family. What makes somebody want to open a bar in Mount Lebanon?
Nostalgia.
Nostalgia?
Yes.
Okay.
The pub was the place that I came after work every single weekend. So it was a place to unwind, a place where you got to talk to other industry people and share our stories that happened. So once it closed, is obviously disappointing for us, but we saw the opportunity, had to have it, right? It's a place for us to talk, unwind, have a good drink, and kind of meet new people.
So I went to Point Park for college, and then my last semester of college, I was offered an internship with Galley Group, and before I had graduated, I was offered a full-time position. So here I am 7.5 years later.
So I, like Alex, used to come here before we owned the Corner Pub. I saw an advertisement. He was looking for bartenders. Called, I interviewed, I think like 2 days later. Got hired the next day, and I've been here ever since.
Something that became very evident to me in the short amount of time that I spent with this group is they seem to have a very mature and enlightened approach to running their bar.
I think one of the biggest challenges is really being in that middle ground range of age, is trying to understand what patrons that are older than me are looking for in a bar, but also people that are younger and coming up like in their 20s. What are they looking for? Because it's changed drastically. So that's the biggest thing that I'm trying to understand right now is give a space where everyone feels comfortable, but also has something to drink and can enjoy themselves, where you're bringing in someone who is 21 and they want to party and have a good time, but at the same time, someone who's in their middle age and they're 60 years old can just sit down and also have a drink and relax and not be bothered by something else that's going on in the space.
Well, what's a little bit of the history of the bar before you when you used to come here as a patron?
I know that before it was a deli at one point. Am I correct with that?
Yeah.
So it was a deli, which was wild to me, and like even the back space wasn't even there.
There's a picture on the wall back there of what it used to look like.
The deli was up there. That's where the original bar was. This was actually an antique shop down here.
Okay.
And the whole building itself was a hotel.
All right.
I want to say about 90 years ago, 80 years ago.
Really quick, you got to talk about the pictures. So, I already know this, but who is the bar named after?
So it's family name, Arthur. So that's my middle name. That's my dad's name. That's my grandfather's name.
Okay.
So like the pictures of the Steelers that were on the wall hanging in the corner, like those are all my grandfather's. They hung in his house. He gave them to me whenever he passed away.
The mugs.
The mugs are all his that he gave to me. So it's very much of a family name where whenever we're trying to decide on the name, Arthur's it came up and it just stuck. And for me, it's fitting because I remember growing up and like, those are the two guys that they taught me how to run a business. I sat there while they were running a business and what it meant to be a good boss, a good leader, but also a smart businessman. So that's one of those things where I thought this was fitting, and we decided on the name because it just works, right? And it's kind of like we always keep going back to that old Cheers bar where I could see both of them coming to. My dad still comes here, and he loves this place. So they would come and they sit and have a drink. Yeah, that sums it up. So it started out as a joke whenever we first opened. That my father's friends, Jeff, he kept joking that whenever I invited him to the soft opening, he was going to bring a picture of Arthur. And that's how he left it at. And he did. It was in a bag, unwrapped it. I loved it. We thought it was hilarious. We hung it up that very night. And since then, he's like, oh, we like this? This is a thing? I was like, yeah, absolutely. So now every once in a while, he started bringing up pictures of different Arthurs. We have to guess it. And from what I'm told, he has this planned out. So he knows that I believe he has 3 more coming that are planned out and very methodical in how he's doing it. So that's kind of where it all came about. It was a joke. Now it's a thing. We welcome anyone to do it. I will say, though, that this has become Jeff's platform for his Arthur's pictures. And then everyone else, we hang out around different parts of the pub.
Wild moments, care to share?
Mine that I tell all the time that I really enjoy because it shows like how like this is very much of like if you come to the pub, you don't mess with the pub. Whenever we first opened, and we had one gentleman, and I was just sitting at the end of the bar.
I think it was New Year's Eve.
It was New Year's Eve,
Yeah.
and I was done annoying Becky and trying to be her bar back, and so I was just sitting there having a drink, and he was just giving a hard time about, well, you shortchanged me, or like you didn't. I paid for this drink, you didn't pour it, and I watched everything, right? And so finally, whenever he started getting a little bit, he was insulting. I stood up and I was like, "Listen, you've spent your time here. It's time to go. Let's move to the door now." Me being all of 5'6" and him being 6 something, he didn't take that well. So he stood up, wanted to like get into my face and like, "What are you gonna do about it?" Well, as soon as he said that, I just hear a bunch of noise behind me. I turn around, and it's probably 5 or 6 people that are sitting here at the bar, and they flip their chairs and they stand up and they're ready to brawl. This is going to be a throwdown. And at that point, the gentleman just walked right out the door, and there was no problem. I think that's probably like the most aggressive anyone's got, but it was great to see how it's just like, I might not know these people, but like we're not having trouble here at the pub. Nope. We're here to have a good time, and that to me was like the most satisfying things. Like that's exactly why we got the pub.
I was delighted that Alex and crew were receptive to me returning for a second interview. This time I got to sit down with Chad as well.
If someone gave you $5 million with the stipulation that you could only use it on your business, how would you spend it?
If somebody gave you $5 million, you got to like hold on to it as long as you can to figure out, to make the best decision. I think the hard part is like what is always going to be the best decision is never known, but you can't be frivolous.
I would love to open up the front, be able to put like garage doors or open up window. We don't own the building, unfortunately, because it would structurally be very hard, but I think $5 million would cover it.
I was actually going to say the same thing. I want to have it so that you can like kind of like sit or stand on the ledge and have that open, and desperately need a new walk-in for storing beer. Right now it's very tiny and it's cramped. So having it something you can move and actually like slide kegs back and forth, I think.
I'm 5 feet tall. I make do. I can move stuff in there.
What will Arthur's Corner Pub be in 5 years?
I mean, in 5 years, like, I think that's where you get that opportunity to, you know, open up the window and have those kind of updates over time. I think it's hard because, you know, maybe the neighbor will disappear and we can expand to our right or left, however you say it. But yeah, I mean, ideally you just keep growing in the sense of like the neighborhood bar, and more people are always coming and you're finding more and more regulars and business just keeps growing. Ideally there's more in 5 years, if not at least one. But for the space itself, I think it is kind of just about continuing to put forward what we are already doing and continuing to grow a following.
10 years.
Whew. I feel like this, hopefully, like Chad said, like we expand. So you find a few other ones. I think in 10 years, this will be like, it's going to be that bar that you walk into and you're like, it's still the same. Yeah, we painted, we fixed a few things, fixed the bar, got new stools. But it's just a little bit busier. Everyone loves it. Everyone knows about it now. But it's still the same exact. You're still going to find stairs that probably have paint peeling off them, that kind of deal. And because why would you want to change that?
See, from my point of view, I know our guests, and I talk to them all the time about their kids that are in high school or even like junior high right now. And they're like, I can't wait until they're old enough to come in and I can bring them and play pool and have a beer with my kids. And it's actually already starting, like the ones that they become 21, they've turned already. And they come in and bring them in for their first beer with mom and dad, which I love that feeling too. You got to make sure you card them. Call them out on that. Oh, it's your birthday today.
And finally, after you're dead, what is this place going to be after you're dead?
Ideally, I would love to retire and this still be part of us, you know, and be like, we're calling it quits because we're old, not because it didn't work out.
I mean, we can stick with that one. That was pretty good. Mine was hopefully it doesn't turn into a vape shop whenever I die, because I feel like that's a vape shop now.
You know what? Yeah. I've also joked that there's going to be an urn with me in it up on the shelf. I'm like, I'm never leaving this place.
The AI bartender will be dusting here.
Right?
And that's a wrap for this episode. Next time you find yourself in Mount Lebanon, anywhere near Bower Hill Road, pop into Arthur's Corner Pub. Great drinks, great atmosphere, fantastic staff. They will treat you right. Immense gratitude to Alex for being so accommodating while we produced this episode. And thanks to the whole Arthur Corner Pub staff, Taylor, Chad, and Becky, the best bartender in Mount Lebanon, hands down. Make sure you thank Art. Right. Big thanks to Art for making the connection. Thanks to you, brother. I now have a new favorite place to drink. If you'd like us to feature your business on an upcoming episode, send an email to edmagic69@gmail.com and we'll come out and see you. And that's gonna do it. Wait, what? Making your way in the world today takes everything
we
you got.
already heard. You're not going to finish this song. Stop it.
Okay. Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday.
Stop!
Well, the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. What might be right for you may
We
not
don't
be right
own the rights to
song.
any of these songs, so please, no strikes.
Well, we're moving on up to the east side.
You realize no one born in this century has any clue what these songs are.
We're moving on up.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name.